Okay, so I have a lot of thoughts on the Bad Bunny concert and John Summit at Space. So let's eat these buffalo chicken curly fries, cookies, and let's get into it. Hi everybody, so welcome back to my channel. My name is Alicia, or Electric Ollie, and yeah, we're gonna do a little mukbang. Go easy on me. I know mukbangs involve a lot more food, but this is what I have. So we have buffalo chicken curly fries and cookies, and yeah, we're gonna just do a little recap over the Bad Bunny concert and John Summit at Space, which I've already done a full vlog style video for that. So here's the link for that when I never know where to point, but anyways, it's gonna be up here. Oh, and then by the way, so buffalo chicken curly fries, let's talk about that. Okay, so the curly fries are just frozen fries. I put them in the air fryer. The dip, so it's buffalo chicken dip that normally you eat with like chips or whatever, but I had this buffalo chicken dip left over from when my friend was here, and then I saw the curly fries. I was like, I'm gonna put these two together. So in the toaster, or in the air fryer, I toasted up the fries, added more cheese, and then like heated up the dip, put it on top, and then drizzled more ranch on there. So in the dip already has the chicken, the ranch, the cheese, all that. So just a little bit extra. Okay, so we're gonna do the Bad Bunny concert first, and because that's what I just did first in the evening. So I wrote down like specifics and just like overall thoughts and like the good things about it and the bad things about it. Okay, so the Bad Bunny concert was first in the night. Tickets went on sale, I think like I really don't know, a couple months ago. They went on sale this year. And oh my God, this is so good. Oh my God, this is so good. Okay. I sat at the very top section for $300. Or I think it was like $280, basically $300, $280. And I got like a side view. So in my other video, you'll see exactly where I sat. And I saw a lot of opinions on TikTok about people that sit up top. It's like, why even go if you're not gonna have a good view? Because a lot of people are like, if I'm not in the 100s on floor seats, like I'm not going. So I go to a lot of festivals, and just this year I started buying VIP tickets to every festival. So like, that's where I want to spend my money, not on a one-day concert, you know? So $280 for a few hours one night, I'm okay with, but like, I, pay anywhere from $600, $700, even $900 for a 3-day VIP festival. Like, to me, that makes sense. So I just wanted to be at this concert. I didn't really care where. And so to me, like the cheaper, the better. But turns out those floor seats were actually like really, really bad. And we'll get into that later on as I get done. I thought that the doors opened up at 7. Well, the concert started at 7. So I wanted to be there right when the concert started because I wanted to see Alesso. Turns out that the doors actually opened up at 5:30, and then the show was supposed to start at 7. So either way, like I didn't want to get there too early, but like I did want to see when Alesso was gonna go on. So I wanted to be there at 7. I ended up getting there like at 7:30, and then the show hadn't even started yet. So the timeline was like doors open up at 5:30, and then it said show starts at 7. So I imagined that's when Alesso was gonna go on. He didn't actually go on until about 7:45. So that's when Alesso went on. So let's talk about Alesso opening up for Bad Bunny, because I've seen a lot of chatter about it on TikTok, but also like my own friends, So a lot of my friends are in the EDM world, and so when we saw videos of the other shows on social media before I even went, and it was empty for Alesso. So that sucks, like as a person who like loves and breathes EDM, like when you see such a big name like Alesso have an empty stadium, and is honestly like kind of baffling. Like he plays at every main stage at every festival ever, and the crowds he draws in the EDM world is astronomical. So seeing him open up at a Bad Bunny concert with nobody like there, you know, is a little bit heartbreaking. But also at the same time, like, I'm sure the average Bad Bunny listener like isn't also listening to EDM like I do, just because those are my like first, you know, only two genres that I listen to. But I don't think that most of them are, and so, you know, there's something else I need to mention about that. I saw on TikTok like this girl was posting about being there for Bad Bunny and what time the show started, and she mentioned like, and some DJ opened up. And so I know who it is, and a lot of other people know who Alesso is, but this just kind of proves my point that the average Bad Bunny listener isn't listening to EDM. She didn't even know who he was. And the poor girl had all these people coming in her comments like saying that the people that don't know who Alesso is are uncultured and this and that and the other. Like, who cares? Everybody has their own taste in music, and that is fine. Most of these people went to see Bad Bunny, and that's what they're there for. Like, I don't know whose idea it was to have Alesso open up for Bad Bunny. If somebody knows, like, let me know in the comments. I don't know about that. Again, I'm excited because I love Alesso, but I don't know what the thought process was to have an EDM artist open up for a reggaeton artist, because like I was thinking the average Bad Bunny listener isn't into EDM, and it turns out like they're not. So what I saw when I was actually there, like, yeah, the stadium was empty pretty much. And then out of my whole section, there was like, I think two of us, me and one other person that was up dancing, singing to Alesso. So I just don't think that a lot of people like really know his music, and that's fine. That's not what they were there for. So I understand that's not the crowd's fault. Don't blame the Bad Bunny crowd for not being there for Alesso. Like, that's just what it is. Blame contracts, blame management, blame whoever's idea was it to set that up. But they were nice. When he was finished, they did applaud him and all that. So it wasn't like bad vibes or anything. It just was empty. And he only played for about 20 minutes, which I thought was kind of weird. Like, I haven't been to a concert in such a long time. Like, I just do festivals. So is that normal? Like, of an opening act to only play like 20 minutes? Like, that was wild. So Les only played for like 20 minutes. And there was just like a huge break in sound because there was nobody else. Like, I mean, I really didn't know what to expect. Sometimes they have like smaller people perform. I could be entirely wrong. But yeah, so it was just Alesso. And then Bad Bunny went on like a little after 9. So by that time, the stadium was completely filled. Like, the show was sold out. Yeah, it was sold out. And he had 2 Miami shows, so this was night 1, Friday night. So Alesso opened up for Bad Bunny Friday night, and then Diplo was Saturday night. So the second that the stadium lights dimmed and then the stage lights came on, like, the crowd went wild. You could feel the instant like shift in energy. Like, here's our moment. This is the moment we've all been waiting for. The reason that we're all here. And the second that he started playing his first song, everybody started singing. Like from that point on, like, once the energy like raised up, like, it never went back down. The whole crowd just felt like one big community, and it just felt so good. And just hearing like almost every single person, like, it sounded like every single person in that stadium was singing to all the songs and dancing and just jumping up and down. Like, we were all feeling it. Like, the vibes were immaculate. Just so much fun. The energy was there. Every single seat in that entire arena was standing up. And like, it was just so much fun. It was, however, like, so hot though. So we're in Miami. It's an open air stadium. Like, it was so hot. Like, I saw the people in front of me. And one of the guys left and came back with a stack of napkins and I asked him for some. Like, we were just all just drenched and sweating. So like, that was like kind of one of the downsides of it, is just like the weather. Another one of the downsides about the seating. So like, I got an edge seat. I like to sit like on the edge. So like, it was me, somebody was on this side of me, and then I had the stairs, just so I can like get up and go anytime I want. So right as the concert was starting, the row in front of me had like 3 open seats, and so of course people that are behind, like we're at the very top section, so like we're already at the very top, like so the people that were way behind me like saw that there were open seats and like came down and wanted to sit there. So at this point, like people were just taking like open seats, but people came and took those seats that were, you know, rightfully so, that they were sitting there. So these people were just like huddled like right next to me, like standing next to me on the steps, and like at this point Bad Bunny's already playing, and like I can't even stand, like I have my seat, I'm standing up, but the people, because that little open section, like a lot of people filled it up and were like touching me at that point, and I'm just like, it's already so hot and you guys don't even have seats here, like this is not cool. So like I politely asked, like it was a guy, I was like, can you move over, like please, like you're right on top, this isn't even a seat. Like I just asked him, I was like, can you please move over? And he was just like like whatever, barely moved over, because I was just like, I picked this seat for a reason. I want to be on the edge. I don't want somebody on this side of me. So like, yeah, of course I said something. And he was there for like a few minutes, and then him and all his group eventually left, because like only one of them had, I think there was like 4 of them or something, and only one of them was able to get like a free seat. So they eventually left. So then after that, like I didn't have any other issues with people standing on that step. And even I moved out because of what happened to the other side of me. So on the other side of me, it was a group of girls and they all had seats. So after the show started though, I see these girls come up from a few rows, like climbing over seats, because they took somebody else's empty seats, and then those people came. So the girls were coming back and they were letting me know like, hey, these are our seats, and we're in seats 19 and 20. I was like, well, tell them, because I'm at 21. She was like, oh, it's not your seat. I was like, no, tell them. And so she goes and tells them. So it turns out that the girls on this side of me had seats 19 and 20, but an entirely different section, and all their other friends like got seats right there. And so those other girls were like, hey, these are our seats. And then the first girls were like, well, we have these seats too. They're like, no, you're in a different section. They're like, well, all our friends here. So they didn't want to move. And so the other girls like rightfully had their seat, like that had their seats, came, and they're like, well, these are our seats. And so those other girls just like scooted up and scrunched up with their friends that actually had seats. Like they weren't gonna move. Nobody was gonna move. And so I was just like, okay. So I got like kind of crowded in that section. So thankfully I was on the edge of the step. So I was standing on the step dancing. And so the 2 girls that came later, started to move over. And so it was fine. Like at one point, one was like completely like if I didn't have a seat, because I was standing on the steps, and I was just like, hey, just by the way, like I just want to let you know, like it's fine right now, but like if I want to sit down, like you're gonna have to be. She's like, no, that's fine, like they're in our seats. I was like, I get it, I know you're having a problem with them. So I was like, it's fine, you can go ahead and stand here or whatever. So yeah, and even at one point, like one of the girls wanted to sit down, so her and her friend were trying to like share a seat, and I was like, girl, just sit down in my seat, like it's fine. And then like the next time that I wanted to sit down, like it was fine, so we made do with what it was. And like, because it wasn't their fault, like those other like stupid girls just wouldn't move, like crazy. So I brought up like earlier issues with floor seats. So again, I don't have floor seats, but I'm kind of glad I didn't, just seeing what's happening, like popping off in the floor seats, like through all these TikToks. I saw people talking about sneaking in. Like there's a boy that I saw, he said he paid $50 for his ticket like the day of, and like finagled his way into the floor. Like that's crazy. And then I've seen people like share their experiences, like yeah, they paid thousands of dollars to sit floor seats, and either people's like snuck down in there, or the people that also have floor seats, like way in the back floor seats, just like made their way up to the front, just didn't care. And I saw some people talking about how like if you got up to go pee and you come back, like your chair's taken. Like there was just nobody like enforcing anything. And I'm seeing these across a lot of the concert. Like it wasn't just happening at the Miami concert. Like I've seen people talk about their floor seat experience at like a few of the shows that have already happened. And then I've seen multiple videos of these crazy girls that have floor seats jump on stage and go and try to get to Bad Bunny. Like that is wild, and I don't think that's funny. I think that's honestly very disrespectful. Like he needs to have his own space and boundaries, and just like all these, you know, girls taking these like running up there, like I don't like that, whatever. So the girl in Miami that thinks that she could do that, I watched this shit happen in real time, and here's the video of it. Like I didn't capture it, like I didn't realize it was happening till like I saw this girl running. But so this isn't my video, but it's all over TikTok, over Instagram. Yeah, so the Bad Bunny stage and this, or the Miami stage had like, it went out, but there were parts of it that would open. And they would close. And so in this case, they were open. And so the girl thought she could jump through it, and she went, okay, let me start over. Because I've seen different angles of this video. So she was able to get on from the middle section, and then she tries to go running on one side, saw that the part of that stage was open, so she couldn't. So then she runs back, and I guess she decided to pick up speed because it's the same thing on both sides. Like there's that empty section that can open or close on both sides. So this girl tries to go to one, couldn't, so she's ready, and I guess she's picking up momentum and jumps. Didn't make it. Didn't fucking make it. So those are pretty much like I guess the worst things about it. Like it was just so unbearably hot, and then the people around me having issues with seats, or like that guy trying to stand in my little area. But other than that, no other bad things that I would say happened to me, at least. Again, I keep seeing all these crazy videos of people that get just way too drunk and pass out or forget the show or whatever. So I guess to my next point, like I'm not drinking, so I didn't drink there. I bought a bottle of water and curly fries, so that's all I had. I didn't get any merch, so I have no experience with the merch lines. I didn't even try to see where it was because I was going from the concert to space. There was going to be nowhere for me to hold it or put it or whatever. So I didn't get any merch. I wish I would have got a t-shirt, but I didn't. So overall, the concert was super fun. The energy was out of this world, and I would 100% go back to a Bad Bunny concert. I'm fine sitting at the top. I would just have picked a better view next time because I was like sitting right on the side. I had like a diagonal view of the stage, not the best. So other than that, like I didn't mind being up top. I just didn't like the angle that it was in. So I would get a different seat next time. And the show ended at 11:30. So that was my full experience at the Bad Bunny concert. Okay, so John Summit at Space. This one actually planned with a friend. Hey Kaylee, if you're watching this, from TikTok. So we've been friends, or we've already met already. She loves John Summit. So when he announced he was going to be at Space, because we've been talking about going to Space together. She also lives South Florida. And so my sister, she was going. I was like, damn, that's the night of the Bad Bunny concert. But I was like, wait a minute, this is Space. I can go. Just really quick about Space. If you've never been, don't know what it is, never heard anything about it, let me tell you. So Space is an EDM club here in Miami that has the wildest hours ever. The main act usually goes on after 3, so like 3 or later. So you should just know that before you even go. And then Space technically ends at 11 a.m. But I guess depending on the day and then the artist, like I've heard of artists that play there for like 15 hours. I've never stayed there for that, but that's a thing. With that in mind, I was like, no, I can definitely go to the concert and then to Space, because the concert would end around 11 or 12, and then John Summit won't go on until after 3. So I can do both. And at that time I was like, maybe I'll come home in between, or, you know, go straight from one to the next. So Space also, the way their tickets work, they're tiered tickets and they're also timed tickets. So like tier 1 goes on sale first for before 1 a.m. anytime, and after 7 a.m. After those sell out, they jump to tier 2. So I've learned to only buy an anytime ticket for Space, because think about it, like if your favorite artist is going on after 3, sometimes like 5 a.m. and then you want to see them play till like 7 a.m. whatever, you don't want to be stuck in there before 1 a.m. And then also if you don't make it in there by that time, like they'll charge you. So I've learned just to get an anytime ticket. So that's what I got. And then I bought them the day that they went on sale, and tier 1 had already went. So I had to get a tier 2 anytime ticket, and that was about $75. So Kaylee had got a 1 a.m. ticket. So she was already, I think she got there like at 12:30 maybe. So by the time I got there, she was already there with her husband Curtis. So I met up with them on the most crowded part of the dance floor. So John Summit set time was from 3 a.m. to close. So I met up with them around 2, and I already knew it was gonna be crowded because 1, it's sold out, and then 2, like the terrace of space is just, it's just always so crowded. Like I hate going on there, but our thought process was like, let's get a few good videos up close and then we can get out of this mess. So I was probably in that crowd for about an hour. It was the worst hour of my life. Like it's just, this is what I don't like about space, is just like how crowded it gets. And maybe I just care more because like I'm not drinking and then I don't do any drugs, and so I'm not under the influence of anything to just not give a shit. So I'm very aware of all the people that are around me and all the people that are touching me. And it's not like on purpose, like people aren't actively like groping or anything, but like you're just being constantly like bumped into, or you know, like the boys next to me were like, we're gonna make room, and just started like jumping. Like there's no room to even do. So then you're just like, you just like feel this, like as you're like, it's awful. It's awful. Or even if you, like I had such a hard time recording because I put my phone up and the people are moving you. So people are like moving like my arms and stuff, like, so I just do not like being on the terrace at space, not my vibe. And in general, when space gets really packed, there's multiple rooms in space. Like it was just so packed, like even the back room was completely filled. So if you've been, you know, and some nights, I guess depending on the artist, like the room just isn't filled, and there's even a wall that they close up. But the wall was down, the back room was filled. So even back there, like I would find a space to stand or dance just like peacefully. And here's just people like knocking into me. Like it's just, you're constantly being pushed or shoved or stepped on or talked to by really drunk, disgusting boys. Yeah, so those are just kind of like the downsides of space, like just the crowding. Some people don't mind it, clearly, if they just stay on the dance floor the entire night. Or again, if they're under the influence, I guess you just wouldn't care so much, but I do. So I go to space very, like, there's got to be somebody I really, really like. I'm just not popping off at space every weekend. Like, I know some people that do that. No hate to you, or just more power to you. Let's just say that. Yeah. John Summit went on at 3 a.m. Stayed in the crowd for a little bit to get a few good videos. Had to get the hell out of there. And then I went downstairs, because downstairs is a full like seating area. Sometimes there's people playing on there, but there wasn't today. Full seating area where you just chill. So there's a lot of people down there just chilling, taking a break. So that's what me, Kaylee, and Curtis did. And then space also has food. So like I ate an empanada. This is my first time eating them. I never ate them before. So I ate an empanada and water. Because the last thing I ate was the curly fries like at 8 o'clock at John Summit, and by this time it's 4:30 in the morning. Like I needed to eat something. So I'm glad that space has that option, and it makes sense because the way that this club operates, and operates all hours of the fucking day, like you need food to keep going. So also while I was there, I met up with some other friends from TikTok that, so like up until like the concert and space, like I was posting that I was going to go to both, and I met other people that were also like flying in for this. These two girls came from Texas, and this other girl came from California. So hi to Madeline and Myra and Noemi, if you girls are watching this. Like it was so great to meet you girls, and I'm glad that we all got to experience Bad Bunny and John Summit in the same night. So the sunrise came up at like 7. Me, Curtis, and Kaylee were still there. When I went into this, I was like, let me try to stay till 9. So John Summit's famous for like having this crazy bender life, so we're like, we don't know when he's gonna stop playing. But my goal was like, let me just make it till 9, just because I like the whole freaking concert like the day before, hadn't been home like 12 hours. So yeah. Kaylee and Curtis left around pretty much like right after sunrise. And then I lasted maybe like 30 more minutes. So normally like when the sun comes up, people start to, I guess, like leave. Like the crowd was just not letting up. And so I'm still just having a hard time finding a place to stand comfortably, like nobody's bumping into me or, you know, just being obnoxious. So I'm probably complaining way too much. Like, that's just space though. It is what it is. I get it. But I was just exhausted too from the night before. So, or the concert, whatever. So by 7:30, I was like, okay, I'm calm. Okay. So we finished the buffalo chicken fries. These were so good. So I have some cookies after I drink some water. So yeah, I decided to leave at 7:30, like I was done, ready to go home. So I did. And then found out later on TikTok or Instagram, sorry, this is loud, that, by the way, these are soft bake cookies, chocolate chip from Pillsbury. They're so good. So I will only eat a cookie if they're soft. So like if I'm out at a bakery or like a restaurant that has cookies, I ask them if they're soft, and if they're not, I don't want to buy them. Okay, anyways, so found out later that he played, I think, until about 10:30, which we had, no idea what time he was going to end at. So Space on Saturdays, they do yoga, so maybe that's why he wasn't able to just like play whenever, or I really don't know, but yeah, ended up 10:30, 11, I think. So John Summit's already made an announcement that he's gonna go back to Space. So we're gonna see him again at 3 Points here in Miami. See him again at 3 Points, but he like announced on Twitter, I'm coming back for 3 Points, but also another Space announcement coming soon. So me and Kaylee already talked about it. Like, still get the anytime ticket because they do have 7 a.m. tickets. I would still prefer to get the anytime ticket and maybe go like at 5 a.m. and sleep before I go, not go from a concert to that. So yeah, that was my full recap, the good, the bad, the ugly, about the Bad Bunny concert with Alesso and John Summit at Space. Overall, an amazing night/morning. Like, I love EDM, me encanta reggaeton, so to be able to like combine them two in one night was just such a good feeling. I will be going to New York City this week to go to Brooklyn Mirage for the very first time to see Griffin. I'm gonna go to a Yankees game because that's my favorite baseball team, and just hang out with my New York besties. So subscribe, like this video so you could see what else is to come and all my New York antics. And yeah, thank you guys so much for watching, and don't forget to follow me on Instagram and TikTok at electric_Ollie. Bye.